come in guns a-blazing.
15 through 20. 10 through 15.
11.
Go ahead and roll 2 more, and then what we get, Liz?
9.
9. Ren. What is it?
3.
3. Okay. So, Sarah, Mira, Tarawilla, but the first one, okay, Mira, you have the first strike.
Alright. Hold on a second. Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and if it's not broke, don't fix it. We're gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Sure.
So we're looking. I'm getting rid of this dice. It's going forward. We're looking at a 13 to hit,
Yep, that hits.
and that is 9 points of damage. So whacks down by the head,
Boom, bop.
and can't remember if I can do anything else. Yes, I can. Go ahead and do good old Sacred Flame, and so Dex save,
Okay.
or it takes damage.
4.
Awesome. So it's going to take 6 points of radiant damage.
6 points. We are going to double that. Just no point. Because of fire. Also, that's what an orb weaver looks like.
Oh, I know. It is one.
Yeah, they're gross. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that because I know
Yes.
some people have phobias, so I don't want to go too deep into that. Okay,
That's the word.
next is our good friend Tara.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Yeah. It is.
What's the damage, yo?
Damage is, give me 1 second.
I'm like Travis now every time Ashley goes, Eldritch Blast.
That is gonna be 12 for, because it's 2 beams, right? Yeah.
All right, so the orb weaver backs up on its hind legs as it crumples to the floor, dead.
Yes. Mm.
Something's rumbling from the top of that cavern. Rocks fall, and then all of a sudden you see dozens of dog-sized spiders crawling out of the hole, pouring at their legs, and crawling and creeping everywhere. Sarah runs down the hallway and sees this all happening. There's a moment to do what she needs.
Sarah's gonna be like, in the spider language, be like, wait, stop! Don't hurt us!
They all kind of like slowly start moving. They're like prowling. Some of them have their like legs up, like ooh, I'm ready for the attack, but they've stopped. And then boom, boom, boom.
Mama's here.
From the cavern and just to the left, you see this large house-sized spider with its arms and legs crawl like slowly
Aragog.
pressing. Yeah, it's very Aragog like.
Sarah immediately casts Ball of Fire on that area, like,
Completely.
to block it.
So this magical fire, rages up in that area, blocking the spiders or the large spider from crawling forward. And then all of the other spiders start like twitching and moving around. And then all of a sudden you see this bright light illuminate from the column where Willa had just been taken up into the column, we'll call it. And this light flashes out through the entire cavern, almost blinding you from how white it is. And then as soon as the light dissipates, all of the spiders have died, crumbled up, flipped on their backs, legs together. As Willa slowly descends from the column and touches down to the bottom. Her magic has come back.
I can do some impressive things, but like, then she's just gonna start slow clapping.
Willa? Dude, you just wiped out all those spiders.
It hit me. I was asleep and I woke up and I saw light. And then I saw you guys.
How do you feel?
Overwhelmed.
Yeah. Well, you looked like a badass.
Thank you.
Mira is going to start looking around frantically for any coal pieces.
Okay. Yes. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Yeah, let's find what we need and get out of here.
Is Mama Spider dead?
Oh yeah, she's still protected by the wall of flame, but she can't get
Okay.
in.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Sarah's talking to the spider like, I'm so sorry.
That is 19.
Okay, so around the cavern of this mine shaft, you see just this beautiful large pile of coal, just waiting for the taking.
That description makes
Ah.
me very worried.
You go and grab it, and as you pull it back, a little tarantula jumps out at you.
She squeals a little bit. Like a couple more. Like, alright, we're good, let's go.
Alright, so then you guys are able to escape the mines and realize the reasons why it was boarded up. Okay, so you get to the top of the mine, and it is nightfall at this point. The darkness of the wood is overwhelming as kind of Mira's light just kind of gives you a nice cast of the circle. A lot of the tangled trees and limbs block out any type of twilight that you would have been used to. Where do you go?
So we still have to get the blood of a raven?
Your child.
Right.
I don't think it's really a child. If anything, it's blood of a raven's blood. I don't know. I've been thinking that since we went in that graveyard.
They said raven, not.
But Crow had a hard time remembering it.
Well, we can try, I guess.
Well, let's try to find a raven first.
Or
If
maybe
she was-
it's the raven's blood. Like, she's a child of the raven.
Either way, let's try to find a raven first. And worst case, then we can try bleeding out Sarah a little bit.
I,
A little poke.
but I don't bleed. I don't even know how it's gonna work.
Poke poke.
I mean, I guess. I don't know if I like that.
Well, the issue finding a raven around here is that I've only seen crows. And crows aren't ravens.
Well, I mean, you're a ranger. Wouldn't you know, like, where to find a raven? Like, where do they, I don't know, nest?
Not around here.
You're sure? Like, there's no chance?
Let me go look in the woods.
I don't know.
I've
Can't
never been to Altus.
you have magic now? Can't you, like, talk to the trees or something?
I
Yes.
only rem-
I
I
can
only
locate animals and plants.
You should try. I
Hope
only
so.
remember. I only remember a few spells from what my father taught me. I have a lot to learn. You guys have had all your lives.
It's a steep learning curve.
Casting.
But Sarah, go ahead.
See this ritual casting, locate animals or plants. Another 10 minutes so she can speak to them.
So Sarah kind of like creates a little circle, and kind of you see this arcane energy flow around her. Little small circles kind of pop up here and there around her as she's trying to cast this ritual, and then you hear ding, like a little magical ding. And Sarah,
Yes.
there's a raven. Not far from.
I point to the direction it is. That way!
But we can't hurt it.
Deeper into the tangle.
The Danglewood. I don't have nothing cool to say.
We have to go into the middle of the wood in the middle of the night while the fog is rolling in.
Well, the fog's just mostly on the lake, right?
Yeah. Right. We should be. I mean, I don't know if the fog is what I'm the most worried about.
Let's do it. What's the worst that can happen? We already dealt with spiders.
You start to follow Sarah as she's tracking through the tanglewood deeper and deeper into the forest, stepping over branches and bypassing thorns and things like that. The pathway forward starts to kind of dry up a little bit. It's no longer a beaten path, kind of overgrown brush and things like this. And then you hear it in the distance. Keeping going forward, you track it. Slowly, mist rises from the ground as you dive deeper into the heart of the forest, and eventually you come to a small circle of stones. In the center of the circle of stones is a old ruin of moss covered, and there sits a raven, black as night, with red glowing eyes, as it stares at you as you all enter.
The demonic raven. She whispers.
This is weird.
This must be old. Can I roll to see if I sense any magic on the stones now?
Now, with detect magic would work better here.
I don't have detect magic.
Okay, I'll waste the spell slot.
Okay, I don't have it prepared.
I don't have it.
I'll do it. I'll channel my inner Caleb and do. Oh, it's a ritual for me. Detect magic is not a spell slot.
There you go.
So another 10 minutes. Can't track anymore. Can't speak to animals. Detect magic.
So, Sarah kind of like looks at the edge of this of the circle of stones, and the magic here is deep. It's old. It's ancient. It is magic that you have only really sensed in the older parts of Altus, in the old ruins that kind of got the region of where this is deep.
It's older than me. Like, I'm not sure if it's Fey magic exactly, but it's super old. And it's also a circle, which scares me just a teensy bit because of, walking in a fairy circle. This looks like a fairy circle with stones.
That seems more natural. Maybe druidic?
Maybe. But,
It's kind of weird how that.
right.
What do you do?
It's kind of weird how the bird is just sitting there, don't you think?
Yeah, we talked to it.
I don't know. I'm gonna walk over and kind of investigate the bird and see if there's anything unusual about it, or see if I can approach it carefully.
Can Mira touch her arm before she moves over the threshold of the circle?
Oh yeah, I don't want to. Yeah.
I wouldn't go any closer till we know what's going on.
I won't go in the circle. I just want to see. I just want to get a little closer to the bird. I won't go in the circle.
Okay. She sort of backs off a couple steps, so she's close, but not quite like helicopter parent.
Sure.
I mean,
Sarah, as you kind of step closer, not reaching the circle of stone, you feel a sense of connection to this raven. You don't sense any malicious intent. You sense a feeling of belonging.
Sarah creepily is behind her and she whispers, "Talk to me." In her ear.
Tara kind of like jumps in surprise, like looks around. He's like, "What?" I don't think it's a demon. I don't know if it's just a bird though. And I guess I'm just gonna kind of be like, "Hi, little bird," and kind of like reach out my hand towards it.
Okay. So it cocks its head and kind of looks at you and kind of like looks over it really, real quick and twitchy, and then it says,
Did we all hear that?
"Yes, you all hear it."
He means you. They're the only child here. I mean, that's the bird child. Youngest.
I'm not a child. Okay, should I step into the? I'm a little nervous about the circle.
Can you get any closer without stepping in?
I don't think so. I mean, I think it's okay. I don't feel anything scary. I don't know. I think it's okay.
It invited you.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'm not gonna make any deals with it or anything, so it should be fine.
We'll
Okay. And I'm going to step into the circle and cautiously approach the raven.
Sure. So as you step closer to the raven, once you step inside the circle, a mist appears around the outer edges of the circle. And so it's just you and the raven that is perched on this stone. Everyone else cannot see this mist. So it's just they can still see you, but you can't see them. And the raven says, "You've come far, child.
That's the truth. What I seek? Well, this is a little awkward. I need the the blood of a raven, I think.
Ah,
Yeah.
are you now accusing me?"
Not exactly. Um, no.
What do you need the blood of the raven?
We needed a few different things. Sorry, can you remind me? I'm looking through my notes. What exactly? The blood of the raven was for what?
Yeah, Quo, he cast a ward to
The
prevent you
ward.
guys from going into, yeah.
Okay. We need it to keep ourselves safe. We have some travels we need to do, and we have a friend that could protect us, but we needed to find a few different ingredients, and one of them is the blood of a raven.
Not many spells require the blood of a raven. In fact, most spells derived from the blood of a raven come from a very unique coven to which that I know of.
And which coven is that?
The Ravenwoods.
Right. Well,
I know what you confuse the blood of a raven. It's not actual blood.
okay, that's
It's a
good.
very fine elixir found within my matriarch's house.
The matriarch.
Yes, the matriarch of the Ravenwood coven.
Is that a Bora?
Do you know her name?
We came across a cemetery. I'm part of the Ravenswood family.
Do you know much of the history here?
Unfortunately, not. I don't really know anything.
The raven hops down and off of the perch, and it's probably the size of a small horse or a pony.
Oh.
And it says, "Climb onto me. I will tell you what you need to know.
Can I trust you?
Can I trust you?
Yeah, I think so.
Then trust in all you have. Come on, Tara."
Can I ask your name?
I do not have a name. I am just a protector of the Ravenwood line.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to climb up gently onto this pony-sized bird's back.
So as soon as you get onto it, you feel connected to this large raven, and its wings span out, and it flies up past the tree line, so you can see kind of the expansiveness of the tanglewood and the fogginess. For everyone else, you just still see Tara and the raven talking.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't see this happening. You come up, and just the misty trees and mountaintops that surround this dark valley past the frost bells. And as it takes you higher, you kind of soar across the tanglewood. Long ago, your ancestors founded this area. They settled it. Abora, she was the one that had built the Ravenwood Mansion upon the high mountains that overlook the valley below. Her magic was powerful, and she was granted the first wish in all Neverwest. Her manor lies upon that mountain, and it glides down over, and you see this sprawling giant castle on the side of the mountaintops. And the spires are large towers as mist and fog rolls in from the mountains and down into the valley, you see the moonblade, where it would have been just covered in fog. Some time ago, there was a rift in heaven, and one split. So different news. I was conjured by Abora herself to protect any raven for as long as they live. To find the blood of the raven, you will need to go into that castle. What I will tell you though, it is not likely.
What do you mean by that?
You'll have to find it for yourself. And he starts gliding back towards the circle of stones and lands in the circle, and then he lets you off, and he perches himself back up on the perch, and he shrinks back down to the size of the normal raven. Good luck, Tara.
Thank you.
Of course. And just like that, the mist around the circle disappears, and you can see your friends again.
Is the raven still there?
It's gone when you turn back. They just saw it fly away. You did not.
Oh. Did you guys see any of that?
You talking to the bird?
And it flew away without you getting its blood?
Oh, no. Okay. First of all, the blood isn't actually blood. It told me that it's like an elixir, and I think I know where we need to go to get it, but, I don't know how I feel about it.
Why?
That raven said that it was conjured by, the first witch, who was my ancestor, and that he's supposed to protect the members of my family. And he showed me a castle. It's that way. It's that direction. We have to keep going through the woods, I think. And he said that we can find it in there, but I don't know what else we might find. I don't have a great feeling about it. He said it's not a welcoming place.
Very few places we've gone as a group has ever been welcoming. So if we need to go, I mean, do you know how far away it was?
Well, it was a little hard to tell because we were flying, overhead, and I think it might take a little longer on foot, but,
How were you flying?
the bird was, it was strong enough to carry me. It was big. It was a magic bird,
It was the size of maybe my hands put together. How?
I don't think that you guys saw everything that happened. Or maybe it was just a vision in my mind. I'm not really sure, but the point is, I saw the castle from overhead. It was built by Abora, that name we saw on the gravestone.
Okay.
It's
Lilith takes out her new black archer bow, and she nods at Tara, and she's like, "All right, let's get the blood of your family, or the elixir of your family, whatever."
I'm not really. That would be nice. I guess I'm just glad it's not real blood. I mean, I would have felt bad hurting the bird. He was actually really nice. So, okay. It's this way. If we I guess we'll just walk.
Yeah.
Follow you.
All right, let's go.
So, you head towards the direction of the castle that you remember going to, and you're following a path of this dark wood. Eventually, you come to a pathway that starts to turn into old cobblestone, old flagstone, which is a difference between the dirt path and kind of overgrown. And you start to follow it, and eventually you come to the base of what looks to be of the mountain, and you see this large wrought iron gate covered in vine and bramble, and this gate across the top of it says Ravenwood.
Is this kind of like your second home, I guess? We've been to a Raven Manor already.
This place outshines the other. If we live through this, Tara, you could totally make this your home.
We could all be buddies here.
You're just inviting yourself to live in my house.
We claim it's your house. Wow, that's a movement.
I mean, beats Nix's boat, that's for sure.
But that means you're finally accepting your Ravenswood's name. Congratulations.
Thanks, but let's see what awaits us inside before we jump to that. I'm still not really sure what to think.
Well, it's got a minor manners.
Right.
Not to mention, if I understood you guys correctly, that we went to her so-called Ravenswood relatives. Your friend died.
Yeah. Don't talk to the hellhounds, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the gate locked?
You can try.
What color is it?
Mira's gonna walk up towards it and then stop. And sort of turn and look at Tara and is like, to be completely honest, you're probably the one to lead the way since it is your ancestral home.
All right. Yeah. I'll step forward and try to open the gate. Try to see if it's locked.
Sure. So as you approach the gate, you see this huge wrought iron lock with chains wrapped around it. But as soon as you approach it, you hear a click, and the gate opens up.
Who is you?
Okay. Well, let's go in.
So you step forward, and you see the path of a long, winding pathway that's going to take some time to get to the top of the mountainside where the castle is. As you walk farther, you see that parked towards kind of the base of the road is a large black carriage drawn by two large horses. They're black as well. The horses snort puffs of steamy breath into the chilly mountain air, and the side door of the carriage swings open silently.
Should we get in?
The last time we declined, I think we should accept the invitation. But the property might think it's rude.
I mean, it's probably just going to take us up to the manor, right? I mean, it's kind of nice that they seem to be offering a ride.
I'm down for a taxi service.
Sure. Let's do it. Let's take the carriage.
So you all climb into the carriage, and as soon as the last of you have entered, the door shuts, and you feel the carriage jerk forward as it heads up the mountain path. After winding through the forest and the craggy mountain peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling, awesome presence of Castle Ravenwood towers before you. The carriage comes to a dead stop between two turrets of stone, broken from years of exposure. Beyond these guard towers is the precipice of like a 50-foot wide, fog-filled chasm that disappears into the unknown depths. A lower drawbridge of old, shored-up wooden beams stretches across the mountain between you and the archway of this courtyard of the castle. Chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, and the rust-eaten iron straining under the weight of the carriage. From atop the high walls, stone gargoyles stare down at you, and their hollow eye sockets grin hideously. A rotting wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs above the entry tunnel, and beyond this, the main doors of Ravenwood Castle stand open. Rich, warm light spills from within, flooding the courtyard. Torches flutter sadly in sconces on both sides of the open door.
Well, looks like we might meet a relative of yours.
Maybe. This place is amazing. I've never.
The carriage doesn't stop in front of the doors to the castle.
Should open.
Let's go in. I've never seen any place like this before. I can't even imagine what it looks like on the inside.
Either
So-
your relatives are alive, or this place is welcoming to you.
Hopefully both.
So you step forward out of the carriage and into the front courtyard, where there's thick, cold fog swirls around. Sporadic flashes of lightning have started as a storm blows overhead. It starts to rain, drizzle a little bit. You see torch flames fluttering on each side of the main doors. High above the entrance is this round window of a beautiful-looking stained glass that has been taken over by bramble and vine and ivory. It looks to be behind it a picture of a large black flying creature. So you all are entering, correct?
Yeah.
So as you Cobwebs stretch between the columns that support the vaulted ceiling of this great, dusty hall, dimly lit by splittering torches and iron sconces. The torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone-raven gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the dome ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by ages of decay. Double doors of bronze stand to the east, to the north. A wide wooden staircase climbs into the darkness, and a lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors, which you hear sad, majestic organ.
Is it safe enough to go ask whoever is here for the elixir?
I honestly don't know. I have no idea, but we're looking for somebody, right? So I guess we might as well find whoever's playing that music.
Also, be rude not to ask.
Right.
Right. It might be, null and void at this point if we were able to get up here, but I don't know if it's necessarily a good idea to express that you are a Ravenwood.
Why?
Well, if you think about it, this is a giant castle that quite literally is the home of the matriarch of your family. Not being well kept up, but somebody squatting here, or might even be living here. They might see it threatening that a Ravenwood has returned, whether we are trying to claim it or not. They might think you are.
Suddenly, a man, long black hair, descends the wide staircase, quietly and casually. He's wearing a gray cloak over a black set leather armor and has a polished scimitar hanging from his belt. Mother is expecting you, he says.
Expecting me?
Yes.
Who are you?
Right. Servant. Mother.
Okay. And who's mother?
You don't know. You live in the castle.
Abora? Okay. Okay. Well, we're here to talk to her, I guess. So sure, let's lead the way.
So you follow him as you enter the room where the music is playing. 3 enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against the dull white marble walls, supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine white satin cloth. The table is laden with most delectable foods, roasted meats basted in a savory sauce, roots and herbs of every taste, and sweet fruits and vegetables. Places are set for each of you, with fine, delicate china and silver. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with amber liquid with delicate, tantalizing fragrance. At the center of the far wall between floor-to-ceiling mirrors stands a massive organ. Its pipes blare out a thunderous melody that speaks in tones of greatness and despair. Seated at the organ, facing away from you, is a single figure pounding the keys in raptured ecstasy. The figure suddenly stops, and a deep silence falls over the dining hall. It slowly turns to you. Ah, yes. Yes. Please, have a seat. It is a woman, but you can tell by her voice. She wears a black veil and a large black witch's hat. She gets up from the organ and sits at the head of the table and motions for you all to sit down.
Do I recognize her voice at all?
I don't think you will.
Okay. I will take my place at the table.
Willow will sit next to Kara.
Nero sits across, following her lead.
Sarah also said.
So, you sit down, and she takes a drink of the amber liquid that has been placed for her, and Rahadin bows and steps away, closing the the dining room. And she says, "You've traveled quite far to get to Castle Ravenwood."
Yeah, we've had a very long journey.
Ah, yes. One that is slowly coming to an end, I see.
Yes, I think that might be true. How were you expecting us?
Should I
I suppose you would.
You look just like your mother. You will not grudge Henry took her away from you.
I never knew my mother.
Where were you at?
In the swamp. Being raised by this old monster woman, basically.
Wretched things. Well, I'm happy you are at home, my child. Stay as long as you wish. And your friends, I welcome them as gracious guests to House Ravenwood.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Of course. Now I must say, our timing here is very interesting. I didn't expect you for quite some time.
No?
No. In fact, I thought it was a picture.
What made you think that? You know who Nyx is?
Nix and I used to be forever. We
Oh.
had the original coven together.
You were in the same coven?
Yes, I saw her as my sister. But see, the thing was Nix was so consumed with dead, had let go. Couldn't have dead corrupted our coven, powerful witches.
So,
But yeah, go ahead.
no. So, is that why she took me from my mother and Henry? Because she knew?
I had my doubts. But I also learned that Henry traded with her under her own guise of giving him more money and power than one man should handle. I didn't want him to be wed. Your mother knew it. But love conquers all in this world. He was a poor beggar man. She found him handsome. He took her away from me. I allowed it. Should take her in the name. And names are very powerful. Isn't that right, daughter of Sarai?
Sarah takes a glass, takes a sip, and like looks down. She's like, "Oh, that's very correct. Names are very powerful." And she like eyes the room.
Unfortunately, Nyx created the town of Thunder Mesa on her own divine, which didn't allow me to find her on any map or any conjuration at all. It wasn't until her curse was broken over Thunder Mesa did I know that you were alive. That was what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, I guess so. 2 years ago. That sounds about right.
And now you finally returned home. You have much to learn, don't you, Doge?
Yes, and I would like to learn, but
That is what you came here for, yes?
well, I was hoping to learn from you and get some answers, get some information about my past, but we're trying to stop something from happening that might be pretty terrible. Like end of the world terrible.
Terrible, that is true. What has happened, child?
We think that there's a plan to bring back Oknos, and there's already all these catastrophes happening all over. People are getting hurt, and we're trying to stop the darkness from taking over the world, basically. But we need some ingredients so that we can travel safely.
Oh, dear, that is terrible. Well, you're safe within the walls of the castle. You'll have to worry about the underworld there, my child.
Are you sure about that?
Of course. My magic runs deep in these hallowed grounds. I've protected against most onslaughts.
No disrespect, but does that mean it would be protected from Oknos himself if he were to return?
Well, there are two places in the entire world that can protect me from Oknos, this master of spells, magic, darkness. that when I became the first witch of Everos, and branded my own form of magic in the wellspring of the Elder Tree. As long as the Elder Tree stays, Joe shall castle Raven.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I have a question actually. Who was Taranthia?
Ah, Corinthian, my firstborn, your aunt. She came from the line of seers and psychics, of what this generation of what she would know and Madame Yoda have known. She died, quite young actually.
What happened?
I dare not speak. I do not want to plague your thoughts, daughter. All you need to know is that she gave her life to protect the very foundations of the Raven.
Well, um, would you happen to know anything about an elixir called the Blood of the Ravens?
Even the blood of the Ravens, you know much more than I thought.
Oh, I really don't know that much. I just found out. A little birdie told me.
What could you possibly want with that elixir?
If we have that elixir, then we can travel safely and try to stop this plot to bring back Ognos. We're trying to travel to Ozendor.
Travel? You're safe here. You don't need to travel anymore.
Believe me, I wish.
Go ahead.
Okay, she's gonna be like, but even though it's safe in here, that makes, what, 6 people safe versus the rest of the world? We're here to save the world, not just 6 people.
I don't care about the world. Once the
There are-
cleansing has been finished, we will rebuild anew.
There are
Yes.
witches trapped there
Witches? Trap? Where?
in Kansas.
Fort
She's-
Kansas.
they rounded
What
up
do you know
all
of
the
Fort
magic
Kansas?
users.
What do you know of Fort Kansas?
I asked first.
We know that they have rounded up all the magic users in Fort Kansas. Some of our friends are there. Some very important friends are there, like my mother
And do you
And
know where Fort
sis-
Kansas lies?
in Olsendor.
Does it?
Yeah,
Is
we're,
this a fact?
it's my best assumption.
We have been informed it has. That doesn't help us out, though.
Who else knows of Fort Kansas?
Whoa,
Well,
Lady
he's
Tremaine.
helping us get across.
He's
maybe
a
it's Tremaine.
yes.
Xavier, of course, he's controlling Fort Kansas.
Yeah, and maybe Nyx
Nyx.
too. What can you tell us about Fort Kansas? We wanted to help the people that are there. We have friends there.
Loved ones. Our loved ones are there.
People who have really done a lot to stick their necks out and help us are there. We made a commitment to try to help them, and believe me, if I mean it sounds nice to just stay here and be safe, and maybe we'll come back, but we have to try to help our people.
So will the people of Fort Kansas be protected from the cleansing?
I don't think so. I don't know.
That's what she promised them.
But you said that only the castle and the Elder Tree are protected from Ognos, so
I think there's more. I think she's using them as a battery.
Why would someone collect all of the mythical beings, the witches, everything that has an ounce of magic within them to so-called save them when they're trying to bring Oknos back?
You haven't figured it out, have you?
well, I thought we did. I think that they're using their powers to open a gate.
I cannot let you leave this castle. By order of Xavier Hesse.
Oh shit.
Oh no. What are you talking about?
There are only 2 places protected from the cleansing. This castle and the Elder Tree. Tell me, Where does Fort Kansas lie?
Retreat.
No.
It's here, isn't it? Fuck. Sarah gets up right away. Where are they?
I'm gonna get up too.
Will as well.
His plan is coming forward. Goodbye, friends. It was so nice to meet you.
No, you. I
Could
ordered
you
you to tell me
re-
where they are.
How could you betray your kind?
And she swirls away as she was an illusion.
Fuck.
She was not called for. Immediately, the lights flicker, and the chandeliers come to life in a sickly green glow as it casts around the dining hall. And from the large doors at the end where you came in, you see another figure. Black robes, tall hat, and green skin. Hello, friends of Dorothy. It's Ethan.
How do you know this?
I know of her because she's the only one to escape the dungeons of this castle in Fort Kansas. By help of a tornado.
Oops.
You all have some explaining to do.
I don't have to explain nothing.
Your funeral.
Where are the others?
Downstairs. I'd be happy to take you to them.
Not falling for that. Where's Xavier?
Xavier is doing what he needs to.
For someone who, now correct me if I'm wrong, has tried to kill us on multiple occasions, why bring us here?
Because what you see is that this entire castle is Fort Kansas.
Yes,
You
we get that.
haven't seen it yet. And with you here, you can't escape.
But why does that matter if you were just trying to kill us?
Because you all are going to help Xavier bring Opus back to this world.
No, we're
Why
not.
would we do that?
That's just it. You will die. And that's what's going to happen.
Nathaniel, or do you prefer Lady A? I don't particularly know right now.
You will call me Nathan.
Nathaniel, how do you add up in all of this?
You okay?
Why isn't Xavier wanting you dead?
See, Willow, after you killed my sister, Xavier... Oh, yes.
I did.
You don't know. Playing dumb. Oh, gee.
Willa doesn't. Willa had no part in killing Fiona.
In all fairness,
Neither did Mira.
That is true. Your friends that you partied with have killed my sister. And after that, they were kidnapped. Against my own will. We got something called a gimbal. And only a nightingale witch backed by Emma can cast the spells from it. The often we have.
Seems like a fair deal.
But if you say it was against your will, is it still against your will? Yes, he gave you power, but at what cost?
I will do anything to bring my sister back. Beyond that, I am now
How-
thrust upon magic and you have never seen before.
Do you think you'll bring your sister back?
I don't think I know.
How do you know?
Because we have a necromancer on the side.
Nyx?
Of course.
But she can't bring anybody back.
How do you know?
Well, we had a friend, Ella. She couldn't help her beloved because he was too far gone.
I don't care anything for Ella Goodrich.
I understand. I understand your feeling is against her. But let's look at the facts. Nyx, she couldn't help Ella. Because her lover was too far gone. There was no body to bring him back into. And if this has happened, like you said, and my friends, it happened then, how could Nyx possibly bring her back? Yes, she might be a necromancer.
Oaknose will grant her that wish.
He's going to give wishes out?
We're the ones who brought him back.
He won't care. That's what he's want. He's poisoning your mind. He's using you. He doesn't want
Don't know
anything. He doesn't owe you anything.
But I'm sure you've read the scriptures. And Mira, I'm sure, could back me up on this.
Yeah,
He
and
loved one thing and would go against everything else to protect that one thing. You guys aren't that one thing. And bringing him back won't bring him close to Yuna. I don't think he's in any giving mood. If anything, it would be revenge.
You don't know.
But do you know that he would grant you a wish? Are you positive?
He
Because
will.
Nathaniel, you have to look around you. And what Xavier is doing, as you said, it was against your will.
At first.
Is he only promising you this because the power he granted to you was greater than his own? And he doesn't want to make you angry. He's protecting himself by granting you or hoping to bring your sister back. I
You
know
don't know the tortures
loss.
I've been through.
I don't. I don't know the tortures you've been through. But losing
He tried to
someone?
drown me.
He tried to drown you.
He told you.
Why do you stand behind him then?
Because he will bring back Fiona.
All of that torture, trauma. That is not a friend who would be willing to help you. To bring you back what you most desire. Your friends. Poe, even. Would help you. He says he misses you.
There's more to the story than what you know.
That's very true. Would you care to elaborate? I would like to know.
But please,
I'm not
Then tell
asking
the
to leave.
story.
I just want you to see what you've become. And not your physique. But you wear shackles that are invisible. And only you have the power to break them. I hope you see that. Because we're not here to be or do anything bad. Other than save our friends and protect the world.
if I go and let you leave, what do you think you will do to me?
We'll handle that.
Or come with us.
Yes, you can.
Break your shackles.
You killed my sister.
We didn't.
no.
Why didn't you keep blaming us for something we didn't do?
Was it not you who killed the golem?
Golem?
The stone golem?
In her townhouse, the night I met you all. You killed her golem. I passed it a spell to protect her because I learned that she was an assassin. It took her soul and planted it inside of the golem, and let her corporal body be killed. With that golem, she will return. But you killed that golem too. Now her spirit lies in you.
Okay, but the golem attacked us and we never knew that.
You entered her home without warning.
To look for her because we were investigating her disappearance. We wanted to help.
And a grave mistake was made.
Fiona was not our enemy. We had nothing against her and we were not going to assassinate her.
From what I heard, Victor loved her.
She was kind. And Willa is right. Oknos is not going to help you, and for what it's worth, neither will Nyx. And if Oknos is going to grant Nyx a wish, she is not going to waste it on anything that doesn't directly benefit herself. Willa's right. And you don't have to be on the wrong side, Nathaniel. We didn't want to hurt Fiona. We don't want you to get hurt either.
Xavier told me to play games with
He played games with
We are not playing games. Everything I just said, I meant it.
We don't play games. We don't torture people. We don't traumatize people. You're speaking the truth, and we're honest with you. You can surely tell that.
But
Come with
next
us.
time I see you, it's fine.
Nathaniel, come with us. Why?
You start to see tears stream down Nathaniel's face, and as the water is dripping from his eyes, you see a scorched burn marks into his skin. I can't go with you as long as he is alive.
Then when we come back to the DM, will you help us?
We won't attack you.
I have to be the one to go with you.
Why?
It's in the books.
Just because it's a prophecy doesn't mean it has to come true.
We can stop it.
We could have stopped it before the dagger was taken and initiated the cleansing.
There's no way out.
That's what he told us. You die, powers that on his heart that will awaken and bring you to his will. That's what you all understand.
Our life forces. Oh goodness. Life forces are tied to the dagger.
Do you understand now why he has let you be? God knows best. Xavier has you. He would even put mentality on his heart if I were only with you.
If you let us leave, that won't happen.
If I let you leave, die.
We won't.
So your plan is to keep us here underneath his nose. To protect us from being captured by him? That doesn't make sense.
If you were here with me, you stopped for a moment. He can't touch you because he knows that I have to be the one to do it.
You have to kill us. Nathaniel. I'm so sorry you were dragged into this.
I didn't want this to happen. People aren't born with it. This whole world is playful with holy. That fog is from me. Trying to stop people from entering our world. Lucy, I don't want to do this. I have to. I offer you a gift before I send you back. Bailey, Mr. Nicholas, I
Sisters?
help. Yes. Support enhances life within the realms of effect. Right now, I have a cloaking spell over all of you. Xavier doesn't need it. But I will have to report to you. I will send you back to Scarlet.
Mira is going to slowly walk up to Nathaniel, like straight up, very carefully and everything. Like, not making eye contact, but sort of that, like, not out of fear, but out of sorrow. And walk up and say, I apologize for the fate of your sister. And I appreciate what you're doing. I do. She's going to pull out the stone that she got from Neverland. She's going to palm it in her hands and like flip it over a couple times. Ognos answering and granting you your wish is probably just as likely to happen as the stone will actually answer and grant you a wish. But she sort of holds out her hand to offer it to him.
He's sort of
It's a better chance, an equal chance. It's better than the alternative. Thank you.
he looks at you and hesitates. He extends his hand and you can see the gnarly in the skin of him. And he grabs the stone and holds it. He just nods his head. Go away. Because
We'll try to find a way to.
Thank you, Nathaniel. Truly.
and he turns and he closes the doors and a black swirling mist fills the room of the hall. And as it overtakes you, you feel a cold touch against your skin. And you find yourself in the room back in life.
Do we have the elixir?
Tara, look into your mouth.
Okay, I get the sudden urge to look through my bag for something.
You see the amber liquid,
I
raven blood.
is it in like a vial or like a
It's like a white bottle.
I'm gonna gasp and pull it out. Be like, I have the blood. Well, it's not blood, but the blood.
It was wine. Oh,
Well, we have what we need.
We have to solve all of this.
yeah.
And
Now that we know we have a price in our heads.
we really have to decide if we are ready to pass through that mist. Because the minute we do, we gotta have a plan.
Do you think that that was all an illusion? Like, do you think that that was the Raven? Do you think the Raven was part of Xavier's plan, or do you think that that really was my family's manor? And Abora.
What exactly did the Raven tell you about them?
Well, like I said, he said that Abora was the first witch and that she built the mansion. And that there was a rift in the coven, and that one of them split away because of a difference of opinions. And I mean, he didn't really say too much, honestly, just that my ancestors were the ones to first, settle in that area. He said that he was supposed to protect us, and that that's where we would find the blood of the ravens. So I mean, as far as I know, he was telling the truth.
He did say it wasn't welcome.
That was a close call.
We got that call. And Willa goes to the rope that we, threw out the window. And she starts to climb down.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'll follow.
I follow.
Okay. You know, a little self check.
20, 30.
19.
A 10?
It's okay, that's even worse. 5.
I love bad rolls. So
So, you all descend from the makeshift rope that you have tied to the bedpost of the inn, and you clamber to the courtyard of this kind of main thoroughfare of the village. And part of the watch, these two men in armor and torches, they pass, and as this happens, they notice Mira and Tara, and they look at you. They're like, "Boy, don't you know there's a curfew going on?"
A curfew?
sorry, we just got into town not too long ago. We were trying to find, like, rooms at the inn, but we haven't been able to get a hold of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, rope right there, from the inn.
While they're
I know,
talking,
we're actually gonna try to climb it.
Yeah, we wanted to get in because, well, we didn't know there was a curfew, but we heard it was dangerous at night. We don't want any trouble.
Taking people.
Oh, yeah, we don't want any trouble.
when he mentions the fog, Willa's going to cast Fog Cloud right where Willa, or not where Tara and Mira are standing, and she's going to like let it grow around to scare the guards.
Tara is gonna see this and be like, "Oh my God, is that the fog?"
So, both are like, "Oi, the fog's coming into the town. Y'all better get inside real quick. Follow us."
I'll run after the
The fog.
guards.
It's in a 20-foot radius, so I make it surround those two so that they are not seen anymore by the guards. Because it's a sphere.
He let out a convincing scream.
Yeah, I'll yell, "Help!" Just kind of back away from the guards into the fog.
Both parts start to back up, and as this commotion is happening, other villagers are starting to like put their heads out the windows, and more guards start to like rush the area because the fog has entered the village. And so they're like, "All right, everyone, get back inside, get it back inside." And the elven woman from the general store, she comes out with her night count and everything. She's like, "Come on, everyone, it's terrible. Get inside, get inside." And all the watchers are starting to pull in, and windows are shutting, and doors are locking, and stuff like that of this area, and the village becomes absolutely vacant.
Disperses the fog cloud, and she's like, does a little like snicker.
Tara's crying, laughing. What idiots!
Nice job, Willa.
Like,
Oh no, Tasha, we can't hear you.
there you go.
Oh,
Can you
there
hear
we
me now?
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, that worked, I guess.
We'll quickly rush out of here and find
Yeah.
Quo before we're seen.
Come on,
Yeah, let's go. Nice job, Willa.
thanks.
Where you going?
To
Hit
the
word
Quo
quote.
spot.
Well, had a room at the Tessa, across the
gonna
hall
say-
from you all.
Supposed to meet him back at the Catrick?
No way. Seriously?
I think so.
Oops. It's been, taking a week off is hard, guys.
I guess we go back up.
I got this thing.
But hey, at least the village is cleared now.
That's true. Hindsight. Nailed it.
hmm
Sorry, everyone roll a strength check. Back up.
God bless.
We are the best.
Adventure.
6.
16.
I need to, like, cleanse my dice. I got a 9.
Okay, thank God. I got a 14.
Okay, so Bella and Tara, you're able to climb up the rope, but as Mira and Sarah try to climb back up it, the rope snaps, breaking, and they fall
Ow.
back to the floor of the village.
I'll lower out my rope.
Sarah the spider climbs up the wall.
I'll lower my rope down to Willa. Or Mira. Who's Mira? Sorry.
Mira's having a bad night, and he's, like, head hung in shame. It's just gonna climb up the wall.
Okay, so you're able to get back to the tavern inn, and what do you do now?
Let's go talk to Quo. Across the way.
Alright, so you guys leave your room, and you go over to the door across the hall where Flo said he was going to be. And what do? Do you knock on it? Do you walk in?
I'll knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door and you hear someone on the other side say, hello?
Is this not Quo?
This is him? Who's up there?
Quo? You,
Yes, it's Quo!
you sound a little hoarse.
Sick?
Oh, it's you guys. Sorry, I was trying to throw off anyone who's trying to find me. I didn't want people to think I was here.
Well,
Just
You
sending
knew we
a
were were coming.
Well, why wouldn't you? Why would you say that you're Quo if you're trying to throw people off?
Because of my charming accent.
Oh, it
Shh.
was quite charming.
I don't know if that's the best disguise. Although your
Inside
accent.
this room.
Okay, sure.
Alright, so did you get everything?
We did actually.
Yes, and more.
Yeah.
Yes, and more. Okay.
I didn't see like the problem.
We have lots of problems, so go ahead and chop it up in our lids.
This is major, like number 1.
Taste it, shall we? We're not see it.
But that would be lovely.
Yes, possibly for you most of all.
He goes over to the kettle, and he pours himself a glass and says, "Oh, did you want some?"
Yes, please.
And he pours those who want, and hands it over to you all. All right, I'm sitting down. What do you possibly have that could not be any much more desperate than our times now?
Since it's related to your ancestral home, why don't you go and start?
Well, let's just cut straight to the point and say that we ended up in Fort Kansas, which is in my family's home. But I don't think it has anything to do with my family. I think I don't think so, at least.
You, and how did you get out to Fort Kansas?
Your boyfriend let us out.
We came across Nathaniel. And he,
All right.
well, he told us to tell you that he loves you.
Okay.
But I,
To see how this is desperate.
well,
How's the tale of him?
aren't you? I mean, he's like running the place, and his skin was all green, and he said that he has to be the one to open the gate.
So basically, Nathaniel was taken against his will by Xavier. Xavier tortured him, drowned him, tried to drown him, traumatized him, etc., trying to get him on his side, on Xavier's side. And since Nathaniel had the grimoire, he's the only one who could open the gate. Because it has to be done by reading the grimoire, and the only one who can read it is a Ravenswood. By
He has to
promising
kill us
giving
on
him
sight.
by promising him power, Xavier also promised that Okanos would basically, Fiona would come back from the dead. I don't see that happening. He is very mentally disturbed. He's been through a lot of trauma, a lot. And he is basically the one to open the gate of Okanos because of the prophecy. We are all tied to the dagger, and in order to open up the gate of Okanos, he has to kill us.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. No, it's fine. But we got the ingredients.
And he's in charge of the fog because he's trying to protect people from entering Ozmar and entering Port Kansas.
Ozma.
Fuck, sorry.
I wondered.
Here, give me two of
All right, I take out the bottle of Raven's Blood elixir.
Mira sort of drops the, probably 5 pieces of coal that she, got, crystal spike from one, and she puts it off.
Okay, and you take.
Did I get that? Oh, I have a magic wand. Trick.
So he takes the thing. He's like, okay. I think you do this, and he takes the porcupine quill and starts feeding it onto the twig. Draws a circle with the pole and puts little dots around it, and then you start to see some magic at the end work. And then he takes where's my bow? Yeah, that's all. And then he takes the raven blood, and he dips the twig inside of the wine bottle, and when he pulls it back out, it's in this beautiful white, or not white, Y-shaped rod that gives off a humming vibration. He's like, oh, well, that is a ward if I ever did see. This should protect us from the fall. Now we must go.
What is our plan?
Our plan is to rescue my boyfriend and everyone else.
Yes, but how? Because once Nathaniel sees us and he is by Xavier, because he said he can't protect us a second time, He will kill us.
Well, he doesn't want to kill me.
I-
So maybe I can kill him.
I don't think you understand.
He cried and it burned him.
Oh dear. That wickedness first upon him.
Yes.
Yes.
How do you get wickedness unpressed upon you?
It's a
Good.
curse, right? Yeah. You gotta kiss him. True love kiss breaks all curses. Remember?
That would
We'll try that. I like that.
that would be convenient and yeah. That would be easy.
Love and blood magic are the most powerful magic control of any of us without a kiss. So yeah, I don't see why our plan is not foolproof. Anyways, let's get to the fairy, please.
Before we do, yes, it's important for us to go there. Just as further precaution, just in case, the kiss does not work. We are quite literally walking to our deaths. We should probably be thinking about how we are going to avoid forming this onyx heart and what we can do to help prevent this, because going straight into the storm without any preparation is just going to get you killed, quite literally in this sense.
Right. Anyone have any ideas? For shout.
Cast Spike Growth on Nathaniel, and it locks him in place while we run.
Run where?
Away.
From what?
Nathaniel.
And you don't think anyone else can do it? It's just my boyfriend.
The only one who can kill us is Nathaniel.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, if Xavier wants his plan to work, or Lady Tremaine wants their plan to work, Nathaniel's the one who has to kill us. And the only way to open the gate is to kill us.
What did Elias say we needed to do? Elias.
Elias.
He mentions that we didn't have to die if we could save and or redeem the members of Xavier's group, including Nathaniel. But at the same time, if we are locked into the actual dagger, and the dagger is what's the key to all of this. We gotta figure out how to, one, unbound ourselves to this dagger and either completely get rid of it, or find a way to redeem these souls to, I guess, sacrifice them. I don't know. None of it seems right.
We're all out of allies. Everyone's gone.
No, everyone's in Fort Kansas. What if we could sneak in?
Uh,
Just hear me out.
You can't get out of Fort Kansas.
Unless you have a tornado.
Dorothy did.
Right. Dorothy. And Dorothy's like, yeah, I did, but it was some type of tornado. It was happenstance. Elliot told me that it was going to take me to find slippers.
Oh yeah, we're the slippers.
That's my way out.
But
What if I form a tornado to get us in?
we all put a glamour on, and we're pretending we heard about Fort Kansas protecting magical beings from the cleansing that is happening. So we go in undetected, we form with Elliot can get us all out, and then we go against Nathaniel and all of them. It's just an idea.
Elliot could get out, he would have already.
Dorothy looks at you like, I don't think you guys understand. Fort Kansas is a magical prison. Like, you can't just walk in and out. Get captured and taken.
Yeah, I do not like the sneaking into Fort Kansas idea. That's gonna be a no from me.
And I really don't want to go back there.
Now,
That's where we're headed.
this might seem impossible, because there's one way we can defuse the magic, protecting there, but would going to the Elder Tree at all help? Because as your ancestor, whatever she was, mentioned, the two places safe from Oaknos and everything that's happening with the cleansing is Fort Kansas and the Elder Tree, and very specifically said that it was tied to the Elder Tree. Not saying we do anything to the Elder Tree, but maybe the answer's there. If we can free all our friends somehow.
I like that
Portal.
idea. However, we'll still have to get to Alta some way, and that's on the other side of the city.
So maybe instead of marching right to our deaths in Ozendor, we go the other way to Altus, and we go visit the tree.
Okay, I like that idea. I will say Hollow Root as of right now is in a bit of turmoil, and we will be heading back to Seraphina's home.
I can handle the turmoil. I think it's my fault in the first place. And I can fix it.
Okay.
In worst case, we can always go to the temple and see what help I can scavenge up there, since it is located in Halfaru. And they don't hate me, to my knowledge.
Worth a shot. Right. So to the ferry.
I guess to the ferry. Yeah.
Same rules apply, by the way. Just making sure everybody knows that.
What do you mean?
You know, like the don't offer deals, don't eat the food they ask us to. That kind of thing. Don't summon fairy circles. Right. Be respectful. The whole thing.
Right. So, onward and upward, yeah?
Yep, we already cleared the town out, so we can just go.
Okay, we're wondering what
That was us. It was planned, strategic.
Alright, so you guys all head out of the tavern, making sure to kind of look around, and you start heading down towards the Moonblade. It is dark, mist clings low to the ground as Nathaniel or Quo takes the board and is holding it forward. The pathway leads down to the harbor house of Poppy's ferry service, and there is a small figure like that is resting up against the ferry or the harbor house. Their arms are crossed, leg up against the wall, and it looks to be the size of a halfling. And as you're approaching closer and closer, this halfling grows familiar. It's Ethan.
Is she asleep?
Nope. She's just like her back's up against the wall. She's just like chilling, like ready to get on a ferry as soon as they finish.
Is that you?
Key3?
Q3's going to jump to her feet and is like, no fucking way.
What are you doing out of the monastery? It's so good to see you. And Willa goes and hugs Key3.
I'm gonna run over and hug Key3 too.
Sarah also hugs. Okay.
Q3 is sort of very gently going to push her off of, or push them off of her, and it's like, I missed you guys as well. I mean, monastery is sort of a wreck right now. The forest sort of erupted into flames. So that, yeah, jungle's not a safe, fun place to be. So came out this way trying to find what I could. Hopefully find you guys and, well, help.
The situation overall.
Situation, and from what I've heard throughout the street, is something about a cleansing.
Yes.
Pretty sure I saw wanted signs for everybody back there.
We should burn those.
There's wanted signs for us in here? I thought there was only in,
Other city
Oh, okay, alright.
out here. Can't get across this stupid fucking river right now. The Dort's as stubborn as ever, like Victor times 12, and would not let me go.
Have you tried country code?
She looks and is like, yeah, because that would have helped. But
You
it
know,
just
knock
kinda
some sense into him.
Well, Key3, we come out here to steal the ferry, so come on, come with us.
As you guys kind of are conversing, Quo has already commandeered the ferry, has got the ward on the front of the boat, and is like, are we doing this or not?
We're doing this. Let's go.
On to the bay!
Alright, so you all gather onto the ferry boat as Quill has become Captain Quill and is getting this boat to go through the Moonglade. It is murky, the fog is thick and it's hard to see, but the ward casts a circular kind of a dome around it, protecting you from the fog. Quill kind of like looks back, kicks his feet up on the bench and says, "Well, we'll be in Altus in about an hour."
Hour.
Now we can catch Key 3 up on the Doomsday scenario.
I caught Quill up. It's your turn.
Doomsday. By the way, Mira at the introduction of P3 again has sort of backed off. Sort of in the corner and is not full on sulking, but is not fully herself.
Tara will go over and stand by Mira and just kind of be like, hey, what's up?
Oh, it's nothing. P3's back, so that's good. Extra, manpower, woman power. So that will help certainly with, being down a party member.
Right. We need everybody, you know.
Yeah, everyone.
Is everything okay?
Yeah. Hasn't been my night.
I understand.
He's sort of like just standing there, like trying to hold back tears at this point. It's like, I'm going down below. I'll be back.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, well, that's interesting. Now, P3, we're glad to have you back here. Our plan is to go over to Altus and reach Hollowroot and go see Elder Tree to see if there's anything that can possibly help us get to Ozzendor and defeat Xavier and his daughter losers.
We're gonna lose her.
His daughter, not my boyfriend. He is trapped there.
Well, I'm certainly down for, bringing down the court and wasn't fully truthful with you guys. Yeah, I was looking for you guys, but I've been spending a little time since leaving the monastery trying to find a way in. Anako's in there, and I would like to say a few choice words to him.
Good temple.
But I did find a way in. Didn't get far in because, God, dear Lord,
God.
like it was extremely heavily guarded, and I was not going in by myself. So, but I think I might have found a way.
We did too, but it kind of sucked.
Interesting. Some sort of passageway into the remaining caverns.
Yeah, secret passage through a bunch of like mine-type caverns. Sounds about right. I didn't necessarily ask along the way of the names of the cavern, whatnot.
Are you talking about the mines of Black Mantle Colony?
Sounds about right.
Isn't that where Victor was from? Shouldn't we return his body?
I,
Oh, there's spiders.
Not that I know.
Oh god.
Didn't see any. But what spider? You guys ran into spiders again?
Really? Like what?
huge ones. Yeah.
But it's okay. I got rid of them.
Not the bomb. It's so
Okay, but
She's probably had like 100 babies already by now.
But why are we going to the tree? Isn't that like opposite side of Ozzendorf?
Exactly. I thought about that. It's going to take a couple of weeks for us to get to the Elder Tree, and then a couple of weeks to come back, and I'm not sure if we have quite time for that anymore. You make a good point, Casey.
It was our best plan at the time, but you have a better plan, so how do we turn this boat?
Oh, I was just going to reach the harbor house. So.
Okay.
so well then,
Yeah, we'll follow P3 in this passageway, you said. That way we'll give good time to further to do his rest, right?
Right, and we have a bag for it again.
what was his dying wish?
To
believe that I'm correct on that. Returned to his family,
I think it was returned to his family.
which his family's in the colony. So this has worked out perfect.
Yeah.
We return Victor Barty to his family. We get Tenko for Key3's revenge, which I can't wait for, because Tenko is disgusting. Because he is the one that actually mutilated the owner's body and tried to get rid of it.
Oh.
He's a
This-
very highly skilled assassin. My research on that, of course.
Does Nathaniel know that?
Not sure. Hopefully.
Okay.
I don't think he would be alive if he knew. Honestly.
Well, now we have a plan. Thanks, Key3.
I'm just happy to have you guys. Like I said, I was not going to be going in there alone.
Oh, now you got us.
Gang's all back together.
Yeah. By the way, where's Frig?
About that.
He didn't make it.
What do you mean he didn't make it?
He sacrificed himself
Yeah.
to save us.
How?
He flew himself and his knife, his big sword, into a demon and killed it. But it kind of erupted himself and the demon. So, he didn't make it.
So like a fucking idiot, he ran in, sword drawn, and exploded a demon.
He saved our lives.
But he exploded.
Yeah.
We were not doing so well. Dying.
Well, I guess the fucking idiot got what he wanted, right?
So brash. We're so bored.
It was a tough day, you know. There've been a lot of tough things that have happened.
Extremely, like, the look of... It's not quite pain. It's just straight anger. Well, I guess it's done, so... She's just gonna start rattling off like a bunch of underneath her breath.
Alright. There's not anything there that is what we now right to.
Bad news. Is it right?
Just brings us one step closer to the end.
What a way to put it.
Actually, kind of fuck with something. It's kind of funny. I think I first met you on English, and now we're already right to the end of it.
It's like we're all gonna die.
Like, we're
There's
gonna
a good
die.
chance we will. Not you, Key3. Us. Well, I touched a dagger, and all of our life forces are kind of tied to it, and it's the key to unlock open. You know, it's just a lot.
And then Olganos' son also said that we have to sacrifice ourselves possibly as well to save the world. And
You
anyway,
guys
we're
aren't
gonna die.
alone anymore.
They've gotten themselves into a lot of trouble this week.
That's fair.
Alright, well, let's go take care of business, so hopefully you guys don't have to die, because that would really suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least I'm not under a curse anymore.
Yeah. Right.
What time is it?
Already got my magic. We're good.
Yeah, but it's still the same night.
Okay.
To stay away from the needles.
I'll stay away from the needles.
Will gets up and he hops off the deck, ties it up, and he assists you guys hopping on the deck. The harbor house this other office seems to be weathered and Oldenmead. There are no other boats here. It looks like that this side of the region also has been kind of afraid of the fog as well. And he kind of like pushes himself up and says, "All right, Key3, shall level you."
Alright, so, if I remember correctly, Osendor's this way, right?
Absolutely. This is not here. Yeah, possible in that direction.
Right, well, that's the same direction as the caverns, so
Well,
let's go. By the way, Mira's still at the bottom of the boat, guys.
the boat has arrived as moored. And we'll say that Quo did say like, hey, all shore is going shore.
I will be right back. 30 seconds.
I was gonna say Mira would have joined the group essentially. I also need to get to the restroom real quick. If we
Yeah,
can
go
take
ahead.
a quick break.
He breaks.
Hey, break.
Well, everyone's going, then I guess I'll go to BRB.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, I'm back. Everyone else left?
Wait, what, wait.
I know, I had to pee so bad. I was holding it for like 20 minutes because everything that was happening was so intense. I was like, I can't like just walk away.
Go. Yeah.
I gotta pee so bad. I know, I always have to pee at like, it's like 5:45 and it's like right when everything's kind of going down.
And at work, even in the meetings, I'm like, oh my god,
I know.
And then 3 coffees, I'm like, ah.
I know, I wake up, I have a glass of water, a cup of coffee, and then I have a glass of wine while we play, and by the time 5:30 rolls around, I'm like dying. We need a group potty break.
Just like Critical Role. Their sessions are like 4 hours.
I know, dude, I would have to pee like 5 times.
Liam does. He just leaves.
Oh my god, that would be me.
He has a kidney stone, but
Ugh.
Liam like leaves often.
Yeah, I drink like way too much wine and coffee to be able to go like an hour and a half without peeing. Trey, what does your wine glass say? Trey. The Fire Nation today. Trey, I can't hear you. I can't hear any of you guys.
Either, but then the time happened, so I did it.
Hey, it works. I got the information I need. We're good.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know.
Okay, great.
Discord, beautiful Discord.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, I have to talk to Tasha for like 5 seconds.
That's fine.
So I am going to do like a separate call just to her really quick.
Okay.
And we shall return momentarily, okay?
Okay.
You're being pulled to DM cable. Oh no.
Good luck. Have fun.
The Pistas.
Ugh, guys, I freaking love D&D so much.
Guys,
Me too.
I have a theory.
What is it?
Key 3's not Key 3. Key 3's an illusion.
No.
I hope not.
Because why the fuck would Key 3 know where exactly to find us?
That's true. And why was she on this side of the river when she was on the other side?
Yeah, she was on the other side. And why? How does she know the super secret Vermidian caverns where it's all like locked down? Key 3's not Key 3.
I don't
Not
know.
Key 3.
I don't
It's like,
know.
check the shit.
What if we're wrong?
Like,
I mean, would Tasha just like play 2 characters at once? Like,
I don't think she
did.
knew. I don't think she knew Key 3. Like.
are you
was gonna come
sure?
back.
Because I got the vibe that her and Trey were scheming because he said, well, is it? I don't know. She seemed to know.
yes. Yeah, the last session he mentioned it. Like, oh yeah, this thing's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I think Tasha's in on something. Which would make sense if
Well,
Key 3 is up to something suspicious.
Yeah.
Key 3.
Because when he pulled Severian that one time, he pinged me like 2 seconds before he did it. And I was like, what? Alright, I'm playing this. God, they're planning some shit. I think he might be onto something. We need to inside check the fuck out of her.
Yeah, I don't know what to think. How many episodes do you think we'll play? Like 4 more? It's kind of bittersweet. Like it's almost over.
Probably
4?
4 or 5 more.
4 or 5.
Well, if you think
I think
about
that's
how
big.
many, we have 6 people with a defeat.
I mean, are we gonna actually defeat all of them though, or I mean, I don't know. I hope we all live to the end.
I think we. Well.
You're
you meant-
posting to the wrong thing.
What? Oh, what am I
You're-
posting? Reference.
To reference, not lobby.
I'm leaving Sylvanas there. That makes sense. Can't burn the whole all around. Inside joke.
Sus.
I'm very excited for everybody to meet Val, though. Lastia. She's cool.
Is that
Even though
Mermaids.
it's not, it's going to take place after the lights of Everos or whatever the fuck it's called.
Mm-hmm.
is
So
that
it's gonna
that's your season 5 character?
Yeah, the Lastia. She's a mer person. She's a cultist, too. I'm playing an evil character. No, she's just playing a more
That's not
superior-like
surprising.
character.
I don't
Like
know.
2 good characters in a row. Time to go back to my roots.
Fine, then I'll be Stabby Jane.
Stabby Jane.
That's a character in WoW.
Oh my god.
I need to find her in a GIF. Stabby Jane. I hope she is a GIF. Damn it, she's not. Oh, but I found this when I started Stabby Jane.
Hold on, let's Stabby Jane. Wow.
I'm back on my camera. Give me a second.
You're fine.
There's
There he is!
Jane.
Stabby Jane!
Jane. Stabby Jane. Oh, I love her.
Oh my gosh, what happened?
It's a World of Warcraft NPC that's literally named Stabby Jane.
It's Ren's new character next campaign. She's
Yeah.
Stabby Jane.
I'm Stabby Jane.
Okay. So, you guys follow Keidri's path as she kind of leads you towards the Remedia Caverns and towards Seneco. Eventually, you come across a craggy, rocky path where there is a cave entrance, unmarked or anything like that, and it looks like it descends into the caverns below. Do you have a minute?
I have a question, Keith. How did you get back across the river from here in the first place?
Well, when I first came across it, there wasn't a giant fog. That just recently happened. Sort of got stuck.
How long have you been in town?
No, Jianzhou is west or east of Valewind. Altus is north, so she never would have had to deal with the Moonblade in the fog there. She's been traveling from Jianzhou to Valewind to get to Oxley to take the harbor to Altus. That she didn't have to worry about the fog.
No, what they're saying
Altus?
is when she went to how she found out about the caverns from exploring it. How did she get across the river?
Got it.
Yeah, there was no fog when I came across and everything, looking for you guys. And then, lo and behold, not even a day after I cross it, the fog rolls and everybody gets spooked out.
So how long were you in town for?
Not long, like a day or two.
I roll
Wait, didn't you say
insight
this?
check.
Go for it.
I just want to know if this is actually Keith. Oh, fuck you. 8.
Was there three? Yeah, she's got the qualities of Q3. It doesn't seem to be anything different. It seems to be Q3.
Qualities.
I don't know why you're suspicious of that, because if someone said, I need to know if that's really Sarah, and I said, she has Sarah's qualities. She is Sarah. Same
But
with
I've
you
been
guys
here
tried
the
to...
whole time.
Right, but also same with Trig, when you guys were like, is this really Trig? I said, how Trig acts.
Yeah, in all fairness, that's sort of ended Q3 in a lot of trouble.
Alright.
Yeah,
Tell us
I
sus
mean-
right now.
She, from what you can tell, she is exactly telling the truth. She was here for the past 2 days looking for you guys.
Hey, didn't you say that this place was guarded?
The further I got in, closer to where it enters, I guess, I saw a lot more guards. But entering in itself wasn't bad.
Okay. Hey, how is everybody? Is everybody in the monastery okay?
Yeah, a lot of them went off to go serve the emperor to make sure that everything was okay. But, usually big fires does not bode well, and a lot of mixed stories about what was going on.
But your friends, what's their name?
Milan? Nobody knows. Oh yeah, never mind. I know what you're doing. Shit.
Just a question for my players. Why are we metagaming?
My bad. Alright, let's continue on.
Hey guys, leave me alone!
The guy caught us. We're all sus now.
Oh, you mean like you were sus about Mira too?
Yeah.
Is all my characters just suspicious now?
Yep.
Mhm.
Anyways, you guys head into the cavern.
Dia slapped our hands.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright.
Alright guys, nothing's wrong with it.
It's funny though. Okay, so you guys delve deeper into the cavern, going closer and closer to the kind of not center of the earth, but like you're kind of deeper underground. There are torches lit up um, in this area, except these torches are not fire. They are that emerald green that casts kind of a sickly emerald glow as you pass through. Um, Eventually, you come across a small landing in the cavern, and you see this huge subterranean dwarven city that expands underground. Um, there doesn't seem to be a lot of commotion in the city. You can't hear any like banging or anything. But hey, Willa,
Yeah.
what's going on with your bow?
Oh, shit, I forgot about him.
Willa takes a look at her bow.
And it's vibrating, humming. Dark elves. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
No.
Ah!
Uh,
Oh,
So
that
sus.
there were a lot of plot twists in that episode.
weapon.
Huh?
At least you have the weapon to give us warning though.